Hello everyone, myself Gagandeep Kaur, student of NMIT Global Campus Auckland. In this tutorial, I am going to show you how to create a relation database for our .NET application. Basically, a relation database is a collection of data items organized as a set of tables from which data can be managed and accessed. So I am going to use RDS service of the AWS. So we need to create an instance to make a database for our application. So we will launch a RDB instance. So I'm going to MySQL engine because it provides a flexibility over the computer resources. So I'm going to use development and test for the plan of the instance that I am going to create. So in this class I am going to use T2 micro, which is suitable for our development and test plan. So we will select multi-agent agent deployments because we want to make it highly available over the cloud. So for the storage type we are going to select general purpose. From here we have to select an identifier. So we have to provide the credential to connect with the instance. So this will help with us to connect with the database. So here we have to give the network and security. So from here I'm going with the default VPC because I'm not creating any virtual private cloud for this. So we have to create a new security group for this, and here in the database name we have to give any name for that. We are giving Dinosaur DB, and the rest of all will be default one. So we'll launch this RDS instance. So now we need to go to security group and change the security group, and from here we will see that we have to change the inbound rule, and we have to select the my IP because we have to connect it, so it will be easily connected with the instance from our MySQL workbench. So when your instance will become available, you will copy this string to connect with your instance, and we need it when we have to connect with the instance. So from here you have to manage the connection in the MySQL workbench, and you have to create a new connection for that. Suppose we are going to write our AWS, and in the hostname we will paste that string that we have copied earlier. Make sure there should be no port number because port number already given. So we will provide credential of that instance, and give the password for that we have given to our instance, and test the connection. After the when connection become successful, so we will connect to our database. So I have created this instance for database for that instance. So when we connected to our database, you will see that you should have nothing over there because you haven't run the script. So first you need to run the script. When you will run the script, you have to uncomment these first two lines because you have already a database in your MySQL workbench. So you have to drop that database. So you will uncomment first two lines. After that you have this much of tables in your database, and when you run your products here, you have to change the URL of your products. So you have to provide your URL of the S3 bucket, and after that you have to apply, click on apply to changes, provide the changes, and then you have to create a replica of that instance. When you will create the replica, that means you are providing a high availability. Whenever your instance become off, so your replica will work at that time, so it will provide a failover. So from here you have to select any another availability zone. So when you will create this read replica, it will give you a key points to connect with your instance. So I have already created a replica. So with the same procedure you will copy this string and paste it over there and make a new connection. You will see that all the things that was in the original database should be there. So after creating these instances, you need to make some changes in your project. So in your project there should be a web config file in which you have to provide some changes in the connection string, because we are going to change the database. So in the connection string we have to give the URL of our instance here. When we will give the give the credentials to that will have to connect this application with the database, and we need to add one more string of the replica. So because we are providing a replica of that instance, so we are needed to be add one more string over there. Now we'll go to the default ASX.cs file, and here we have to make changes over there. So we have to apply some changes over there. It was like this, so we need to write here replica, because we want that a replica pull the messages from the database, so it can take the load of the primary database. So we'll browse this application and click on this. So we'll see that in our web browser we'll see our page, and we'll create any account from here. Now we have to create any user. So after creating any user, when you will create this user, you will see that it should be in your account. After creating this user, you will see in your database that there should be users. If there is user, that means your database is working properly. Now we need to check that our replica is working or not, so we need to reboot this instance. We will reboot this instance with the failover, so our replica will work at that time. Now we have to reload this application and create one more user. You will see that it should be in our replica. After creating this user, you have to check on your replica in the MySQL. You will see that there should be a username. The user that we have created now. Yes, it's there. That means our replica is working properly. So it is the end of your lab. So thank you very much for watching my video, and please give me a valuable feedback for this. Thank you so much.